Today's topic is the 2021 income requirements for marriage-based immigration. This is Fred Wahl, the VisaCoach. Usually about 9 months after first submitting your application for a fiancé or spouse visa, or as part of the initial application when applying for adjustment of status to obtain permanent residency, you must provide clear evidence of your income to convincingly demonstrate your future family and household will not need welfare or other public benefits. It's critical to understand this before you are at this stage, what the financial requirements are, so as to avoid surprises and denial. And in case your income does not meet the eligibility requirements, well, please watch to the end of this video as I will show you how you can solve that problem. I am Fred Wahl, the VisaCoach, and I work for you to prepare and craft your applications to submit to U.S. immigration. And sometimes callers ask me, do I fill in the forms for them, or do they have to do it themselves? Well, absolutely. It's me filling in all the needed forms and putting together your application. And after we submit your application, I do not abandon you. I remain with you on this journey. I continue by your side, personally helping and guiding you until that happy day your foreign partner calls and says, well, she or he is on the way. Now let's talk about income requirements for marriage-based immigration to the USA in 2021. In order to successfully petition for your spouse or fiancé to come to the USA or obtain a green card after marriage in the USA, you, the U.S. sponsor, must demonstrate to U.S. immigration you have enough income coming in to support your new spouse and whole household. The minimum financial requirement is that you must have income equal to and preferably more than 100% of the poverty income level where you live to be eligible to sponsor a fiancé visa, and over 125% the poverty level to be eligible for spousal visa or adjustment of status. And often, even when applying for a fiancé visa, the consular might apply the higher 125% range at his or her discretion. So it's best, whenever possible, to aim to exceed the higher standard. Each year, the Department of Health and Human Services publishes their poverty guidelines. As of March 2021, for residents in the continental USA, the financial eligibility requirements are as follows. Required annual income for a fiancé visa: $17,420 if there's 2 persons in the family or household, $21,960 if 3 persons in the family or household, and $26,500 if 4 persons in the family or household. And for each additional person, add $4,540. Now, the required annual income for a spouse visa or a green card: $21,775 if 2 persons in the family or household, $27,450 if 3 persons, $33,125 if 4 persons, and for each additional person add $5,675. The financial eligibility thresholds are lower for active military, thank you for your service, and higher for residents of Alaska or Hawaii. Proving your income. Well, normally you provide your most recent federal tax return, 3 to 6 pay stubs showing year-to-date earnings, plus a letter from your employer confirming your job and what your expected annual pay is. And if your income might be low, but you have, well, money in the bank, your cash assets can be used as an alternative for annual income. And cash assets are assets which can be easily converted, sold to cash. For example, stocks, bonds, certificates of deposit, cash in the bank. Now, you may have a lot of other assets such as your car, boat, coin collection, business or investment property, but because these cannot be easily turned to cash, immigration does not accept them as alternatives to annual income. Now, the one exception to an asset that is hard to convert but can be counted is your home. If the market value of your home is higher than your mortgage, you may use the equity, well, just like a cash asset. $5 of cash assets is the equivalent of $1 annual income. So for example, a retired fiancé visa sponsor living in California with no income and no dependents would need to have 5 times $17,420 or $87,100 in cash assets to qualify for the fiancé visa. Alternatively, a combination of income and assets can work. For example, if the sponsor's income is at $10,000 per year, then his annual income is short by $7,420, so he needs to have 5 times that amount, or $37,100 cash or convertible assets, to qualify. Here's the math. This is calculated by subtracting $10,000 from the annual requirement of $17,420, and then the difference of $7,420 times 5 equals $37,100 of cash assets needed. Now, what if you don't have enough income or assets? Well, in that case, you could ask a relative or friend to act as your or joint sponsor. And just like buying a car, your joint sponsor co-signs your loan. When a joint sponsor is used, the size of the household increases, and the combined household for the financial calculations would include the household size of the sponsor combined with the household size of the co-sponsor. For example, a college student petitioning for his fiancée asks his father to joint sponsor. Both the college student and the father would each complete an affidavit of support. The student's household is 2 persons, himself and his fiancée. The father's household would be father, mother, 2 siblings still living at home. Thus, the combined household would be 6 persons. And the combined income of both sponsor and joint sponsor would have to be $35,580 or more. A joint sponsor can be used for any spousal visa or adjustment of status petition, and can be used for most fiancé visa petitions, but not all. For example, Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Nigeria do not allow the use of a financial co-sponsor for a fiancé visa. Now, if you are applying for a fiancé visa and need a joint sponsor, well, before filing the petition, it's best to contact the consulate directly and confirm whether the consulate's policies permit the use of a financial joint sponsor or not. If they won't allow a co-sponsor, well, then switch plans and marry, then apply for a spouse visa, and your co-sponsor can be used whenever needed. This was Fred Wahl, the Visa Coach. Now, I am here to personally help you on this journey. So click here to sign up for our monthly newsletter and receive bonus ebooks. Here for YouTube's recommendation. Here for a full playlist on recent videos on marriage-based immigration. And here to subscribe to our channel.